This will actually be my first time ever listening to Jelly Roll. I've seen Jelly Roll's name coming up a lot on social media and online stuff, but with my reacting schedule, I just haven't had a chance to listen to him yet. So I'm excited. It's going to be my first listen. And I did a little poking around online to see what this song is about, and it hits really close to home for me, too. If you've been following me, you know that I've shared a little bit about my recovery path. I don't drink anymore, and it took me a lot of AA meetings and recovery and mindfulness work to get to the place where I am in my life now. And I love that Jelly Roll is sharing about his experience with that, and that's what this song is about. So for me to have an opportunity to spread some love for anybody who's going through tough times that can come with drug and alcohol addiction, you know, why not? Like, let's do this. Let's talk about it. My name's Tim. I'm a vocal instructor. I've been teaching voice exclusively, building voices for a living for the last 24 years. You can find out more about me and my amazing teaching team here. I've got a bunch of incredible instructors that I work with. They're certified in my vocal method. We do lessons online all over the world and in person here in the Manhattan tri-state area. Also, I'm super excited about our free community chats happening over on my Patreon. Lots of you are recommending song ideas for me to react to next, as well as just having really cool music talk. So come on over, join my Patreon. And also, if you want to get really hardcore, you can join my Ambassador Circle, which has some cool perks for those of you, maybe also who are singers too. So come check us out over on Patreon. All right, here we go. I'm going to listen all the way through this, give my first impressions, then go back and break down his singing a little bit, and just talk about all the cool vocal technique things he's doing.
The broken glass of a bottle makes a jagged rock bottom. And right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop it. And I haven't touched a drop in 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly sobered up, already wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was wasted. I never thought I'd say this. Hello, my name's Jason. I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. I've been standing in the rain, just trying to stay dry. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, just hold on. The broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty. And I swear for the last couple months that mother tried to kill me. By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family. A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Man, it's all exhausting. This is why I want them. Thank y'all. I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. I've been standing in the rain, just trying to stay dry. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man that was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. I'm tired of being broken. I'm sick of feeling hopeless. Way down here at my lowest, at the end of my rope, at the end of my rope. So what do I do? So what do I do? What do I do? I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain, just trying to stay dry. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh man, what a beautiful song. How What a beautiful voice. What a beautiful arrangement with the choir. What a gorgeous message. Oh, man. He put it right out there, like straight up. Winning streak. Nobody comes in here on a winning streak. That's for sure, right? God, I'm going to go back and break down some of the musical things I hear, but just like my little thing is like, I've sat through a bunch of AA meetings, and I do have to say that, the whole point of it being anonymous is you're not supposed to talk about it because, like, if something goes south with your recovery, then people will look at AA as the problem as opposed to you being the problem. So that's why you're not really supposed to talk about it. And I know that he mentioned in one of his interviews, he was saying that, I'm not super comfortable talking about this side of things just because I'm not completely sober like some of the other people in the program are. So I don't want to, put any negativity on the program by talking about that I'm a part of it, even though I'm not 100% sober. And, I really respect that he said that. Because I do think it's important to be mindful of that. But at the same token, I love that he's sharing about his journey honestly and authentically, because even though he may not be perfectly sober, I do 100% believe, especially from my own experience, that there's benefits in going in and working on your recovery as best as you can from wherever you are with your substances and drug and alcohol addiction and all of that stuff. Because it's not cookie cutter. It's not one size fits all with recovery. It's certainly in my experience. So I love that he's sharing this message and he's putting it out there in such a bold, beautiful way. Wow. Love it so much. All right. I'm going to go back and break down some of the singing a little bit here now. So it's interesting. His style of singing has a little bit of it's got a little bit of obviously R&B soul flavors in it. And then it's got a little bit of this like country twang type of stuff in it too, which is really becoming a normal new sound that's hitting the scene, right? With so much of we think about the Western trap set stuff. We think about Shaboozey, there's really like a new hybrid thing happening with R&B soul, hip-hop styles of music making, as well as fusing it in with country music. And I feel like he's kind of on the edge of this. I don't know a lot about the rest of his music, obviously, because this is my first listen to him, but that was what was crossing my mind.
The broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock bottom. And right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop it.
All right, so how would we describe his tone here? He's got a really textured tone. What's a textured tone? It means we've got these little creaky sounds coming into his phrases and on the exits of his phrases. He's got a little bit of a warm airflow allowance in his tone, but he also has some brass element in his tone. And when I'm talking about textured singing, that's typically the three things I talk about. I talk about the triangle a lot in my teaching. It's a concept I've created to break down tone quality in singing. The top of the triangle, we have this thing called compression, which adds grit to the voice. Bottom side of the triangle over here, we have our metal element to our tone. I say brassy a lot. Like when our tone gets bop, 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 it gets brassy, almost like a trumpet. And then we have an element to our tone where it can be windy. Ah, yeah. We can get that airflow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have wind, metal, grit. These are these three primary elements, and if you notice, his tone has all of those kicking in there.
And I haven't touched a drop in 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly sobered up, already wanna quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was wasted. I never thought I'd say this.
His voice reminds me a little bit of Teddy Swims. Teddy Swims has a little more grit control, and Teddy Swims has a little bit of a higher voice than he has, but he's got a lot of the same elements in his sound. He's got a little bit of that fuzz in the voice. He's got a decent amount of grit, and then he's got some brass in the tone, too. Beautiful tone.
Hello, my name's Jason. I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind.
Such a beautiful sound. I love when the choir came in. What an enhancement, what a support. Notice how the beat changed, and we have that 4-to-the-floor kick drum there. Also, notice how lateral his vowels are. Dry. And that's another thing that ties into that R&B soul side of pop vocal technique. We have very lateral ah vowels.
I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak.
Oh, that tone. He's got that nice scratchy lo-fi fuzz in his voice. You get that through the compression concept. And that's a vocal technique thing you can do that doesn't hurt your voice at all once you learn how to do it correctly. And it's just a little bit of a cinching of the pharynx, and it creates a little extra vibration in the sound. He's got that here. He also has a slight amount of nasality in his sound, which gives us that little feel of country twang a little bit in his tone.
Hold on. Just hold on. The broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty. And I swear for the last couple months that mother tried to kill me.
Oh, that message right there. I just got goosebumps listening to those lyrics. You know, there's so much I could talk about with my experience with AA and with recovery and mindfulness and personal growth and spirituality that spun out of that. That's not what this channel is about. This is about vocal technique and singing and things like that. But my God, like, I just think it's so beautiful that he's putting this out here. It's so beautiful. If it helps one person in the world, what a blessing.
By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the.
Well, who's that harmon? I think that person in the background right there, that the background singer, da, 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 she's singing a little harmony with him there. It sounds really nice. Listen to that.
That mother tried to kill me.
Can you hear that?
By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family.
I wish she was a little more fronted in the mix. I would love to hear her more. And I wish they had a light on her, too. It kind of sucks.
A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Man, it's all exhausting. This is why I want them.
You know, if you watch my channel, that I'm a big fan of background singers, real live background singers in tracks. And I just love the idea that it throws the rope over to help another artist come up, you know? Like, if she had the feature there, that would have been such a big deal for her. But why is she sitting there in the dark in the back, even though she has a major duet harmony option here with Jelly Roll on Saturday Night Live?
Thank y'all. I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay dry. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man that was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning street.
So this isn't a crazy vocal. He's not up doing crazy stuff or down low. He's not doing a lot of virtuosic vocal technique stuff here. This is just solid, beautiful, warm tone quality, expressive, thoughtful lyrics, powerful background choir. What a great song.
So what do I do? So what do I do?
There she is again. She's singing along. She's doing a call and response in the background with him. Come on, let's get some camera on her, Saturday Night Live.
What do I do? I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind.
Listen to how he floats in that tone there. I've been losing my... Oh, what a beautiful mix. That's a mix right there. So he's got a little bit of that wind element. He's a little more wind element dominant in his sound right here than the brass element sound. He's got grit, but he's not super gritty, although he can be gritty. He's not. He's a little more delicate here. And what does that do to the expression? It makes it more introspective. It makes you turn inward a little bit. It makes it softer, more mature type of an artistic intention.
Now I'm standing in the rain just trying to stay dry.
He got a little more grit on the onset of that phrase. He had a little growl on it. You get the growl by turning that compression dial, that grit dial, the top of the triangle I was talking about. You get that by turning that dial all the way up. That's like a 10 on the compression dial to create growl. Listen for that. He does that growly sound.
Now I'm standing in the rain just trying
Right
to
there.
stay dry.
Oh.
So ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years clean. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning street.
Oh, nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak, right? Oh, God. Jelly Roll, first impressions, man, what a great vocalist. What a thoughtful, beautiful songwriter. I can't wait to hear some more of his vocals. If you know of any vocals of his where he goes off the rails and gets crazy and does some like cool, interesting, weird vocal things, send it my way. I really like reacting to stuff like that. I like reacting to everything. I just love music. It's been my life's work, studying music, breaking down music. So send me anything like that. Send me any comments you've got. I love Jelly Roll. Like, what a beautiful soul. I can't wait to hear more of his music. So this was a great first adventure listening to him. I can't wait to listen to more. And sending love to any of you out there who are going through any of the hard stages of addiction and recovery. I know that for me, it's something I need to work on every day. And I know that the days I work harder on it are the days that I get more joy. So I hope you're in that place in your life. Sending you all so much love. See you in my next video. Cheers.